Hey! I'm feeling happy and grateful and good, and so I wanted to document this moment and this place that I am within myself and observation of the things around me, and just wanted to show up and do one of these videos that I've been doing, and check in with myself and share the things that I'm feeling are bringing me peace and joy and excitement. And so I had a really great day today. And I was off work, and I decided to keep Elijah home from school. He's in first grade, and he goes to public school that I never thought that I would, not want to be like anti-public school, but, I just think there's better ways of educating. There's so many schools out there in the world, but it's easy for kids to get lost in public schooling, and just the way that they do things isn't 100% like I'm on board with, it is what it is. He's getting a degree of socialization and just, anywho, but I won't get into all that right now. But nonetheless, I wish I had more time in general just to be a part of his education. And the time that I do have with him is very special and important. And I teach things, over time with him, and about like nature and plants and herbalism and nutrition and all that good stuff. I was like, today we are going to have a special day. And so we didn't go to school. We went to our own school, the School of Life, together, and learned through exploring and experiencing the world. We got to wake up on a good pace and not wake up at 6:30 a.m. and have to rush to school, which is not my favorite thing. Actually, it's one of my least favorite things. So we were able to hang out at the apartment for a bit and just play and hang out and do some of our own, went over some different plants and some different, nature education stuff. He rollerbladed for a little bit, and, the boys just kind of free play, do some building blocks and all that jazz, and we read a little bit, and then we went to this really neat place called Made. It's down off Del Mar. It's by the people who make, or the Magic House. It's somehow connected with that. And it's this maker space where there's different little setups. There's an engineering space. There's a artist space, a maker space, and an entrepreneur space where there's different little stations to learn different things. They have a 3D printer, a game design, circuitry, giant building blocks, a loom weaver thing. They have clay and a screen printer and just all the art stuff and all the good, fun, creative stuff. So we went and we did that. We did all sorts of different little things. Do I have? Oh no, I was going to show you the little pot holder that we made that I was very happy about. Where am I getting off? I was hoping my phone was going to tell me. I hope I'm not I think it's probably the next exit. Okay. So we did that, and that was a lot of fun. And then after that, we went and got some food, and then we went to Forest Park. They have this really neat nature playground, playscape, down by the pavilion, the World's Fair Pavilion, where the parking is. And it's all a native plant sanctuary. They rehabilitate, I don't know what the word is I'm going for here. They rehabilitated, in a sense, the land to what it would have been. Different, there's different places too. There's a prairie, there's a new, a young forest, an older forest. They have a spring, which I'm not sure if I'm sure if they call it a spring, it's got to be actual a spring, but they have water coming out of the rocks, and but from pipes, it looks it's coming out of a spout, so it's probably a spring. But mound area, sand pits, a bunch of different trees and rocks for them to climb on, so it's a nature-based play space. Amazing, so much fun. We had a wonderful time. It was a good balance of being inside and doing some creative things, and then exploring our beautiful earth together. And it was so much fun. And I just had moments where I was just like sitting present, watching them play, and just like tearing up, like, wow, like I'm really grateful to have this time with them. And it's not as often as I would like. I work all week, and on the weekends, I have them every other weekend, and sometimes we'll do something. But, I'm tired usually, and we kind of hang out at the house, and I don't, to go out and do into the world and do something special like that is not as common. So it was really special, and it just, I was really happy I had that time with them. And I'm really grateful I live in a place where I have so many different things I can do with them, because St. Louis has a lot of really neat things. Like, we've got the zoo and the art museum and the history museum and the transportation museum and the city museum and the magic house, and so many different parks, and there's just a lot of really neat stuff. So I'm very grateful for that. And so I just appreciating that time with them that is outside of the normal routine of, after I get off work, like making them dinner and getting them to bed. And I'm just happy I had that, and feeling grateful, and just feeling content and happy, and feeling, I've been wrestling with myself a lot since coming out into the world, releasing my book. Like, I'm feeling a lot of like imposter syndrome, just feeling like just a lot of my insecurities and fears and doubts and all the not so fun stuff that comes up with kind of shifting into something new. It's been uncomfortable, honestly, but on the flip side, like the contrast, just being able to enjoy, those moments of just joy and peace and gratitude amidst like the what am I doing? Like doubting myself, not trusting myself, just feeling like really like second guessing, even like sharing myself so vulnerably through this book. But I've been having to reflect on like why that is. Like, what do I have to lose? What am I really actually afraid of? And I've kind of gotten to the core of it for the most part in a lot of ways. And I think it's a very common human fear of just not being loved, not being appreciated, not being liked. And what if people read my book and they feel some type of way about it, or they don't? I don't know. It's kind of silly, and I know it is, because like, well, I don't need people's approval, but there's this like my inner child definitely wants approval, and she wants to be friends with everyone, and has to kind of realize that not everyone's gonna like me, and or they might like just parts of me. Like, maybe they like the me that's like, happy, joyful, like silly, lighthearted, and then, my book kind of dives into these other parts of me. Like, it's kind of like this full encompassing thing that is me, and I put it into a book, and I, did my best to honor all these different parts and pieces and make it one whole thing, because that is life. Like, it's all these little micro things that make up this larger whole. So conceptualizing that into I have my own unique story that plays a part in that bigger story. So I'm trying to get better about not making my videos so long. So I'm going to close this out. Past 10 minutes is a lot, and I don't know how many people actually listen. And I'm, even if it's just one or two people that listen that far, that's great. And that's enough. It's like, it's not necessarily to appeal to everybody or a big group of people, but just holding myself accountable. And one of my goals was like, okay, simplify, minimize. Also, I'm about to pull up to where I'm going soon, so I do need to close it out anyway. But I just, I guess I came here to just document like my gratitude for my children, and for the times that I have with them to explore the world together, and to learn together, to witness the beauty that is around, to be able to be present to do that. Life can pull us in all sorts of directions to, we got to make money and do all these things, but even just a few hours, an hour even, to designate just a full presence, doing something out of the normal routine, is so amazing and can shift the whole day. Just waking up a little bit earlier to have time to yourself before starting the day and working and kids, and kind of setting the tone in a good way, and just being able to like give our energy to places that we want to give it to and not just where we feel like we need to. That's important, and making the time, because the time is there. It's just we really do have to make the time, because there's a lot of distractions and a lot of things in this world that will try to, tell us what's important. And oh, wait, what? I thought I was going. I'm going right. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of, I guess, there doesn't necessarily need to be like a reason for this video, but I'd say that's kind of like, I just wanted to share that goodness, and yeah, just remind you to breathe and move and create and express and explore and imagine, and just be. Just being is great. Just resting and sinking into just something, anything, and the sunset is so beautiful. Yeah, just savoring those little moments, because it makes up everything, is those little moments. And it could be anything. It could be a lot of different things. I could be so many different places, with so many different people, in so many different situations that are not as good as this. And yeah, so I'm grateful for that. So breathing is good. And releasing, and just breathing and being and releasing, and just like honoring the just be, flowing and growing and stuff. Okay, well, keep it up. Keep up the good work and play. Remember to play. Play is so important, because this is hard work, and we need just as much play as we do work. So don't you forget it now, and take care of yourself. Peace and love and all the good things, and big hugs, and like just cozy, warm, fuzzy, good feelings. Okay, thanks for listening, and thanks for being you.